Welcome to Coach Grid. I'm Joe Spearden here with Kirsten Davis. Today we are going to be talking about the systems behind your sales. We're going to be talking about back-end tech, which is a term that I heard for so long and that kind of intimidated me. And it was much easier for me to just gloss over it and assume that somebody else knew what it meant. But I kept hearing that I needed the tech and the systems behind the coaching that I was doing.
Yeah. I was at a retreat once and we were talking about that. And this girl finally just sits up and she's like, I don't want to hear that ever again. I don't know what that means. Why do people keep saying get your back end system? She's like, I don't know what that is. I probably need it. I'm not going to buy it. She was so mad.
And that's what keeps most people from buying it is it's not sexy. It's not front facing.
Yeah.
It's not the thing that is your social media necessarily. It's part of our social media, but that's because that's part of what we do. And so go ahead.
I think a lot of people even see it as this is the thing I'll do once I've made it, then I'll go back and get all that in place because they think it's like something that is only relevant once you have a bunch of traffic.
Yeah. And so many of our clients that did it that way, we can speak from experience. It is so much more difficult to go try to build all of that in. It's like trying to build a foundation underneath a house when the house is already there. It's much easier to lay the foundation first and then build a house on top of it. So today I want to just go through some of the terms that might come up in tech so that people know what it is that people are talking about when they advertise it and why it's important for them.
Yeah.
The first one would be just the term CRM and what a CRM system is. And for me, a CRM system is the database of names or companies, whatever it is, the database of people you're working with.
Relationship management.
Yeah.
Your client.
Relationship management.
If you break out the acronym.
Yeah. What most people are using is their contacts list on their phone, which can do a little bit of it, but you want that CRM to be able to do something for you.
Yeah.
And you don't want to have to go manually add somebody in every time you meet somebody new or somebody visits your website or somebody buys something from you. You want that to happen in more of an automated fashion. Yeah. And that's what you can do with a CRM. Especially
when you start realizing that, especially if you're marketing on social media, a pretty low percentage of people who are interested are actually going to buy. So that's when you start playing the numbers out, that's hundreds and hundreds of people that you're going to have to write into the middle of your notebook and remember to go find it. And
right. And for a long time, I thought it was just me and I might be worse than the average person. You always think you're going to remember. I'll never forget who this person is. And you put them in your contacts and you put their name and then you put some word that you think is going to jog your memory about them.
Yeah.
And 99% of the time that doesn't happen. My contacts list, 50% of it is worthless.
I know half the things, it's like I put some event name. I'm like, I don't even remember what the event name is, let alone the person.
Right. So having a system that remembers all of that for you and keeps track of all of that in a much better way, invaluable.
Yeah.
So a CRM is already a really amazing system for you to have. Now let's talk about funnels. There's some big companies out there that's really the main thing that they do is funnels. Funnels is part of what we do. And what really makes, I think, our offering valuable is all of these tech systems that we talk about are integrated. Because again, when I was starting coaching, someone told me, well, you have to have an email system. You have to have a website. You have to have a CRM. You have to have marketing. You have to have funnel system. You have to have this and this. And I had so many softwares. And not only did I have all the softwares, I had to make them talk to each other and work together. And it was almost impossible. But it was also, even though it was possible, taking like half my week, just keeping all of that stuff running.
Yeah, I think when you're starting out too, you don't realize, I mean, it's a system, right? And a system has moving parts, lots of parts. And I think people don't realize how many parts they actually are going to need and that the parts need each other. And so say like you hire a landing page designer and you don't have branding and you don't have copy and you don't have copies like the words on the page. Like those are two things that designer is going to need that is not a part of their job. And so when you're starting out, all of a sudden you start realizing all these pieces you need to have the system. So you're having to learn what each piece is and then how do they all fit together and then how do you build it all and then how do you, it's a lot.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And when I finally got this dialed in for myself, not only was it a massive like mental and emotional relief for me, it freed up so much of my time. And that allowed me to be in front of clients a whole lot more than I initially was. So let's talk about a funnel.
Yeah.
What's an example of a funnel that we might build for a client, or what is a funnel?
Yeah. Funnel's another word that I think makes some people want to just scream because they're like, I know I need it, but I have no idea what it is. But it's really, you're just taking something really compelling, making it like a low price point and spreading it out to as many people as possible. You're just trying to get reach. And then somebody says, oh, I'm interested. And then you're taking that bigger net of people deeper and deeper into your business, into products. A funnel could look like free, $30, $300, $3,000. It could look like, like a information, like they get more and more information. It could look like access to you, but you're going from broad to specific, to put it really simply.
For sure. There's a lot of brilliant marketing out there right now. I think because the word is played out and because so many people, even though the word is played out, still don't have it, is they're going to go out there and say, oh, funnels are dead. You don't need funnels anymore. The reality is that's just the nature of how you interact with people. You don't go on a first date and immediately just marry that person, right? There's a process of getting to know each other. There's a process of investing more time and focus and attention into each other. Then you get into this deeper, more intimate relationship, more invested relationship. So to say that you don't need funnels is to say like you don't need human nature anymore. You might call it something different,
right?
But the reality is it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, a funnel could look like you meet somebody at an event and then you text them, hey, how are you, a few times. And then you guys hop on a call and then maybe they join, it could be even something as organic as that. Just when you're putting it into a system, it's taking a lot of that effort required out of it. Yeah,
exactly. This is the same reason why if you have 1,000 people that view your website or 1,000 views on a reel or 1,000 Instagram followers, you don't try to develop a really intimate relationship with every one of them at the very same time. You would run out of time. You wouldn't be able to do anything else. You put something big in front of a large group, and then you give them an opportunity to engage with you for a little more investment on their part. That might be money, but it also just might be their name or their email address. And you just continue to hone that down until they're ready potentially to do that one-on-one work with you. Yeah.
I want to tease that out a little bit more. I think not everybody realizes that asking for somebody's email is a pretty big ask. I think people are like, oh, that's nothing. But like, just like with, if you're asking them for money, asking them for email, asking for even for a comment to like energetically like stop their scroll and their comfy spot and to like move their thumbs, like that is an ask. You're asking them to buy with the currency is just different.
Well, we know it's a bigger ask because how many people have an email address that's just for that stuff? Right. Right. It's the one that I'm not going to give you my real email address. I save that for things that are actually valuable.
Yeah. Mine's cutie-pie12.
Okay.
From when I was 12. There you go. Like that's the only thing that goes there is just all of the marketing.
Yep. And it's the same reason why a lot of people would give away like a fake phone number.
Yep.
The guys at the bar. Yeah, I'll give you that information. Here you go. And it's the number to the, corner market or whatever. So understanding that those are investments, the asking for that for real, you have to provide something of value for real at the top end.
Yeah.
But that's a funnel. And a funnel is honestly can be very simple. But what I love about funnels is it takes it off of my notepad. It takes it out of my brain and it integrates with the CRM and it starts working for me.
Yeah. And I think the other piece that's really important about that is that now you have something that's defined that you can optimize, and you can say, okay, which part of this is working really well and which part of it is broken, so that you know who to hire. And when you hire them, you have something to give them to optimize.
Beautiful. All right. Another one here that a lot of people hear about, and there are a lot of softwares out there that will do part of it, is automations. And automations are all the rage, especially with AI, is I can just automate everything through AI. We love the idea of automating things, but understanding what automations are and how they work, I think is really important to a coaching business, so that you can realize where you need to have a human touch and really where you do need to automate aspects of your business. One of the funniest things for me is on a post when somebody says, DM me the word copy or whatever it is, and you DM the word, you can tell who's using an automation and who's still trying to do it by hand. And the ones that do it by hand are the ones that 17 hours later, like, oh, sorry. Yeah, here, I sent you the thing. I was on vacation or I was sleeping or whatever, versus the ones that are using a keyword automation.
Yeah.
That just happens automatically. They're in the funnel. They're in the CRM. They're off and running. I didn't have to do anything for that to happen.
Yeah. This isn't to your point, but there's just a funny story. The other day, I DM'd somebody their keyword and they DM'd me back with an automation, but it triggered my automation and our automations were going, I had to go into my system and turn my automation off because the robots were just talking to each other.
Yeah. which definitely can happen.
But I will say there's some value in that. Don't make your keywords words that somebody would use in a sentence.
Yeah.
Because it gets really awkward when that happens, or when somebody is just messaging you and they're like, yeah, I'm really struggling, and your keyword was struggling, and you're like, here, buy my thing. Like, it's
yeah.
Make it a word that's not really a word.
Well, and what's nice is when you work with us, again, we'll do that for you and we'll help you avoid a lot of those pitfalls because we've gone through quite a few of them.
Yeah.
But having something that's a little more unique, absolutely very valuable. There are so many other automations that are so cool that really can be utilized with you as a coach. If your client wants to schedule an appointment with you and 15 minutes before the appointment, you want them to receive a text to remind them. Again, there are different softwares that might do that, but there's a software that does that. There's a software that does the keyword automation. There's a software that automates somebody within the funnel. Those, generally speaking, aren't the same software.
Yeah. And you have to use a software to connect all the software.
Right. Yeah. To make them work together. And that's been one of the things that's so valuable about what we've built for coaches is we've built all of that in one place so that they don't have to go buy the connecting softwares for their system to work together.
Yeah. One of my favorite automations is when somebody signs up and we send them the contract and they don't sign it, we have it automated to just keep reminding them and saying, hey, we're going to kick you out if you don't sign, and we're going to keep the money, and then they'll sign pretty quick. Or same thing people have to book about 3 calls throughout the duration of working with us. And we were spending so much time just chasing people down to get them to schedule the call, let alone remember the call. So being able to track all of that and know, oh yeah, they did submit this form, so now we'll stop reminding them, or, now they scheduled the call, so we're good. And having that all in one place without having to, bring in other pieces is really helpful.
For sure. So there are systems behind sales. Your favorite people, the influencers, the coaches, the people that you're buying from, that you're looking at, promise you they have systems behind their sales. They have back-end tech working for them. If you're ready to create something that is sustainable and something that's profitable, reach out to us. You can visit us at coachgrid.com or over at Instagram at coachgrid, and let us help start building some systems for you.